Throughout the ages, humans have had the need to record their experiences and learn all they can. Starting with print and moving up to emails, our ability to communicate keeps becoming more efficient. This means our expectations for the speed of our computers keeps increasing. If a website doesn't load in 30 seconds, we get frustrated. But back in the beginning, it'd take hours, even days, to send a simple message. In 1822, an English mathematician named Charles Babbage thought up the idea of a steam-powered computer that could compute tables of numbers. This project was funded by the English government, and even though it sparked the creation of the modern computer, it unfortunately failed. By 1880, the U.S. population got so big that it took over 7 years to do the census. In order to make this process quicker, Herman Hollerith created a punch card-based computer. It not only took 3 years to complete the census, but it saved the government over $5 million. Herman eventually went on to create a company which later became IBM. Around the time of World War II, a British scientist named Alan Turing creates the idea of a universal machine capable of computing everything that is computable. The main idea for his inventions is the base of modern computers.
Computers have evolved from the first generation that were big and bulky and powered by vacuum tubes to laptops like the ones we use in class. The first generation computers were very big, taking up entire rooms. They were mainly used for solving a single problem at once. They also took up a huge amount of energy. It took days or even weeks to reprogram and set up new problems. They also used inputs and outputs. Second generation computers had transistors instead of the vacuum tubes. They allowed the computer to be way smaller, faster, cheaper, and way more energy efficient. These computers, even though so much more advanced, still use the punch cards for inputs and outputs. The next big thing. These computers were even smaller and faster than ever. They took the transistors, made them smaller, and put them on a silicon plate. These were called semiconductors. Instead of using punch cards, they used monitors. This is really when computers started to take a turn and become even more efficient than any of the last innovations. Fourth generation computers were the start of the age of the Apple computers. They were smaller, faster, and used microprocessing. There were thousands of integrated circuits built onto a single silicon chip. IMB created the first at-home computer in 1981. Apple released the Macintosh in 1984. These two computers were the base of the modern laptop, most of the use today. When the Mac was first launched, it was a cube with a screen and a keyboard. Although it was still bigger than the modern computer, it was faster and way more efficient than the first, second, and third generation computers. The Macintosh has grown from a box to a slim laptop computer that many people own and use in their everyday life. The Mac has helped computers grow into what they are today, and that has created an even more efficient learning/work environment today in our world. All of these computers were a step further into the future of our world.
Ever since computers were first invented, everyone was thinking about the next step. Some might say the computer industry is over, left with no more ideas to improve. But what really is the next step for the technology world today? When people think of buying a new computer or laptop, some might look for the biggest, clearest screen. But soon this will all change. By 2030, physicists predict computers will become very small. This could become so small that it could be injected into a pill and it would learn about a sickness one might have and how to cure it. This can become a useful tool throughout the health industry. Physicists believe computers will eventually reach human intelligence levels in the near future. Ray Kurzweil predicts this will happen in about 2 decades. The computer would imitate the human brain and might even imitate the exact size. Engineers would do this by reverse engineering the human brain. Although this could be a major improvement in our world today, this could turn into a major downfall. As you know, there are many movies imitating computers and robots taking over the world. Well, there's a slight chance that this could potentially happen. Computers could be so advanced, the human brain would be worthless. This event is called the singularity. But would this event actually happen? We'll just have to wait and see. As you know, Earth is the only planet with internet access. Well, that might change by 2030. Elon Musk is on a mission to start colonizing Mars. He predicts that it would only take 24 minutes for the data to transmit. This can potentially revolutionize our tech world today. Overall, there are many new ideas to improve and innovate the computer. These changes will either be a step in the right direction or take us on a detour. We'll just have to wait and see what life has in store for us. Stop.
A cliffhanger.
Why isn't it?
How long have you been working with computers?
Let's see, that'd be since 8th grade. So, holy moly, what do you think? I was 13 in 8th grade, so that puts it at around, this is gonna be painful, 37 years. Okay, 37 years, thanks for that.
What is your favorite type of computer?
Honestly, the best one for the job. So I don't get into like the whole Mac versus Windows things. If it works, we're happy.
Has computers changed our future for the better or worse? Why?
I think ultimately for the better because of all the problem solving that has led to discoveries or successes that computers gave us the opportunity to solve or fix. But there is also that side of computers like the smartphone that you're holding. Sometimes they get between us. Instead of us communicating, right, we're staring at screens more. So there is a downside we have to be careful of. Plus, in some cases, what's it like if you are in a society where you don't have access to the same tech as somebody else? That's tougher.
How has computers impacted your life?
I mean, it gave me a career, number one. From a geeky research perspective, I love having all that information on the internet instead of having to go to like 5 different libraries or right away to a bunch of people to get it. Because of how old I am, almost 50, right? I lived a lot of my life when if you wanted to find something out, it took a long time, weeks to wait for an answer. Now it's just there. It's crazy.
Computers have changed the lives of people all around the world. They have renovated the way that we live our lives. But some people don't think computers are that good.
This is CNN Breaking News.
You can search something and get millions of results from Google in less than 2 seconds. For example, if you search up computers, you get 5,870,000,000 results in under a second. There is minimal effort needed to harness and process tons of information on a computer. Computers control machinery that can make products easily and efficiently. Computers help with safety, such as sensors on cars that auto-brake and can parallel park by themselves. They also have adaptive cruise control. You can save time, money, and energy with computers for business, as they can process millions of reports, statistics, and records while analyzing data. This makes companies and stores more productive and efficient, therefore making more money. People sometimes don't think these positives outweigh the downsides and unintended consequences. One downside of computers is that they have led to more sitting and that they require no physical exertion. With computers came video games that were more advanced and more accessible. When some people see this as an advancement in entertainment, it still leads to a sedentary lifestyle. They also lead to immediate results, making the newer generations have shorter attention spans. With computers and portable ones came the ability to work from home, and that can be good, but also blends home and work life, which can get invasive and results in no boundaries. With the internet, it also is hard to keep yourself private on social media and with location settings.